Hello friends, this is Rupesh and you're watching CPU Nuts video series on C++, and in this video we'll be learning what is class and object in C++. So this is a very basic video and we'll try to understand with this diagram here. So these two are the classes. So fighter plane is a class and the objects are MiG-29, Hall, Tejas, Mirage 2000 and all that. So these are the real objects. And this is like an abstract entity. Okay, so classes are like a blueprint. See, the phone is a blueprint. If somebody is telling phone, you will get some picture in your mind like this, correct? But what phone? iPhone 10, Google Pixel, or Moto G4 Plus. So these are the objects. This is an object of phone. Okay, these are the object. There could be so many objects of single class. So these are the objects of the classes. So as you can see here, in order to make any object, first of all you must have the blueprint. Okay, so if you are creating a fighter plane or iPhone or Google Pixel phone and all that, first you need to have the class of that, then only you can create some phone. So this was about class and object. So you might have understood that before you need to create the class and then only you can create the object out of that. Okay, what I mean to say is, before creating any phone, physical phone, people would have created a blueprint of phone, right? Like the phone should look like this one, and this is going to be the screen part, and here we'll put some buttons and all that. Okay, so the blueprint should be ready in order to actually create that. Okay, so before you need to create the classes in order to create the object. So first understand what is the requirement for creating the class. There are two things you need to create in class. First is attribute and another one is the functionalities. These functionalities you can understand like the operations you can perform on the object. Okay, and attributes like how it would look like if it is iPhone or Google Pixel and Moto G4, then what will be the screen size and what will be the chipset inside that, and all those real attributes of some particular phone. Okay, so you will be setting the attributes and the allowed operations, that what operations you want to allow to your phone, like receiving a call and watching videos, playing some music and all that. So those are the operations. So let's create the class of phone. We'll understand there a little better. So in order to create a class, first you need to write a keyword name class and the name of the class. So our name goes like this. And there are some standards, like if you have written your class name, then the initial character should be an uppercase character. Okay, so this is our class and we'll start with curly and braces and this semicolon. So now whatever will come inside this starting and ending curly bracket will be considered the part of this class. Okay, so whatever you want to write should belong to your class. You will be writing in between these two. So as I was telling, the attributes. So let's write some attributes. So let's say that phone name, because our phones have name, and like size. So some pixel by some pixel. Okay, so these are the attributes. You can write as many as you want. I will be writing these only for the simplicity. And here comes the operations. So operations are called functions in programming language. And operations was like make, call, and another operation could be void receive call. Correct? So these two are the operations. Now it's up to you what you want to do inside these functions. And notice this, everything we are writing inside this and starting curly braces of our class. So these two are the attributes and these two are the operations. Now here is another thing, something called access specifier. So we have three access specifier: private, protected and public. Those access specifier I will talk about later in some videos because that is a big topic. For now you just understand that if you are making something as a public in your class, then you can access that part from outside this class, And if you have make something private, you cannot access that private stuff outside this class. So access specifiers are written like this: public, public. So if you have written public here, it means whatever comes after this is public. So generally we keep the methods or the operations, whatever operations you are making for particular class, we keep all those operations public so that you can call those operations from somewhere else. Okay, let's print some message which will give you good idea about this. So making call using this phone, p name, and here we can write like receiving call using the same phone. So till now our two things are ready. First is attribute of the phone, like how the phone would look like, what will be the name of the phone and the size of the phone, what chipset it will use and all that, and what operations are allowed. So for simplicity I'm keeping just simple operations. So these things are ready. Now there is something called constructor, which is a special member function and used to construct the object. Okay, and this is how the constructor look like. There are 2-3 types of constructors that we'll discuss later, but for now you just understand that constructors are having the same name what your class name is, and they are used to construct the object. So as this is used to construct the object, it will take some parameters and assign these attributes. So I'll just show you, just bear with me till end, you will be really understanding the logic behind object and classes. So the string type name and string type size, and what we will do is p underscore name is equal to name and p underscore size is equal to size. Now we are almost ready. So these are the attributes. We generally keep the attributes in private section. And yeah, I forgot to mention that if I'm not writing anything like public or private, then automatically it will become private. See, before I was not writing this private here. So whatever comes under without any access specifier, that becomes private automatically. So this 2 lines comes under private section, and we keep attributes inside private section so that no one will able to change them without using our own class functions. Okay, so that you will see a little later. I mean, when you will see my whole videos and the full journey of learning C++, we will understand these things by taking the real-time examples. So for now, you just think that these are inside private section and these are inside public section. So public sections can be called from outside this class. So now let's create an object. To create an object, first you have to write the class name. It will say that what type of object you are creating and the object name. That could be anything, it depends on you. So I will say that phone1. Okay, and you have to pass some parameters, 2 parameters. So this is where you are going to create a phone, and that phone would look like this. Okay, so this is your phone, it is going to look like this. And as you are creating a phone, you will end up calling constructor. This is your constructor. So as you can see, if you have some prior knowledge about programming, these are 2 parameters, and here we will pass the parameters. So first one is taking the name. So I will just say iPhone X or 10, and sorry for that, I don't know the pixel size of that, so excuse me for that. I will just simply say that, okay, 1000 cross 500. Excuse me for this. So actually I'm not the big fan of iPhone and phones. Actually I'm not into phone and all. So your object is ready. Ultimately your phone is ready. Now if you want to make some operation on phone, let's suppose you want to call somebody. Let's do that. Phone make call. Now you will get the clear picture. Let's run this. See, making call using iPhone X. Got it? So this is how you perform the operation using your object. You write the object name dot and write whatever operation you want to do. Let's do another operation on the same phone. So phone 1 receive call. Okay, this is another example, another function. Let's run this. If you're running this, receiving call using iPhone X. This is the beauty. You have a phone class. These are the attributes. These are the operations. And this is where you construct your phone class. Okay. Now let's create another phone. We are creating phones here, man. Oh my goodness. So phone class, again, how you create an object. Let me take it to this level, and this time we'll say like phone 2 or something, or you can just give the name, some meaningful name, so that if someone is reviewing your code, they will be able to understand it. So as this was an iPhone, I can say iPhone. Okay, and then we have to change here also iPhone, and here also iPhone. So this time if I'll create a Google Pixel, then I will be giving like G Pixel, and equally I will be passing 2 parameters here. First will be the name. So Google Pixel 2 XL, and let's assume this one is having 2000 cross 700, and gpixel dot make call and gpixel dot receive call. This will clear here so much doubt. So let's give some space here, and let's again run this. See, making call using iPhone X, receiving call using iPhone X, and making call using Google Pixel 2 XL, and receiving call using Google Pixel 2 XL. So you can see that you have only one class, but you have different objects of that particular class. And here comes the beauty. You have defined a type or something called a blueprint of something. Now you can treat that blueprint and create so many objects out of it. So this was the basic about classes and object. So this is your class. Phone is class. iPhone, this one is an object. And if you're creating any object like this, then it will automatically call the constructor. Okay, and there are 3 types of constructor. This is parameterized constructor, one is default constructor, another one is a copy constructor. So the constructor we'll see in the next video. For this video, we'll keep this much only. So if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go for it. It would help you and me a lot. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.